Hi folks, and welcome back to another Work in Progress Wednesday. This week I've created the animation for taking damage, as well as updating the input system for the controls for the game. So let's take a look at what I've been doing. I've created this basic, straightforward taking damage animation, which will play anytime that you are hit by an enemy. I have it so that it's like you're doubled over in pain and you've been knocked off your feet from the force of impact. Here we have it in the game, so as you can see, when you are struck by the Scorchid Stinger, you end up doubling over in pain, and so on and so forth as you take damage up until you die. Now, I had a bit of an issue with this, in that even if you defeat the Scorchid and you're running over its corpse, the stinger itself is still technically active, so you can take damage from it and then still lose the game by having all your health taken away from you. Now obviously this isn't ideal, so I had to create a workaround for that, which was to disable the hitbox on the Scorchid Stinger, so that when you have actually defeated it, that is switched off and you no longer take damage from the Scorchid. The next thing I looked at was the input system for the game. I already had one in place. Unity had a pre-established system for inputs from controllers and keyboards. However, there's a newer system that has been out for a while now that I've been wanting to integrate. So here we have it on the screen. Now, this is tied in all of the controls that I currently have, like your basic movement and jump, attack, etc. Now all of these things I had in the controls for the player, but now we have them here and it's a lot easier to see. You can see the bindings for particular controls, like movement and such. A great thing about this is that I can set this to work with any gamepad whatsoever. So any controller that you can connect to your computer, you can test this out with, whether that be Xbox, PlayStation, or indeed the Switch. Which is great, because if you have those controllers, or not, if you just have a keyboard and mouse, I've actually got the controls in for all of those, so there's no limitations on what you can use to play this game, provided it's a up-to-date sort of controller. I don't know how far back it would stretch, but at least it works with modern stuff. What this means for me is that I'll need to get some controllers to actually test this out on various platforms to see if it indeed will work, and that's quite exciting for the far off future, in that I'm not limited to any specific console or device. I can actually technically put it out in anything, which is quite freeing, and I think it would be really nice, obviously that would be the dream, to put it out there and get it exposed to as many people as possible, but that's still a long way off from now. What do you think about this week's video? I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.